Good morning. Jill here with North Texas Vegetable Gardening Canning Recipes, a little bit of everything. So let's talk about the grid here in Texas. So what you saw at the beginning of my video is we have made the decision to put a front porch on our west wall of the house because as you all know, if you've been watching us for any time, our electric bill is $800 and it just keeps on climbing, and we do not see any relief in sight. When our central AC unit was running years ago, it was costing us probably about anywhere from $350 to $500 a month during the summer months. The winter months were fine, but the summer months were very high, so we made the decision then, whenever our unit went out, instead of spending $7,000 or $8,000 on a new unit, at that time, it's probably a lot more now, we went to window units in our house, and that dropped our bill down to $350 a month in the summer. Huge savings, and the house stays much cooler. But after that 2021 ice storm, our bill jumped tremendously when the grid failed, and there was lots of people that lost their lives down in South Texas because they simply weren't prepared. Now, we didn't lose our electricity, but we did lose water. There is a building boom going on here in Texas, guys. A building boom. 30,000 new people are moving into Texas daily. 30,000. And as a result, we are starting to get notifications again that the grid may not hold. They are building manufacturing plants and distribution facilities all up and down Interstate 35 like crazy. They are building them in Midlothian, which is not too far from us, like crazy. It's completely insane, the building that's going on here in Texas, that's gonna restrain and restrict our ability as long-term residents, as my whole life just about here in Texas, to have electricity that we've always had readily available and never had any issues until 2021. So our daughter lives in North Fort Worth, and the houses that are being built in North Fort Worth are astronomical. They do not have the ability to support the building that's going on here. There's no infrastructure upgrades. Nothing is changing except more and more building going on. And in fact, my daughter, you may remember, they did lose electricity for 3 or 4 days. They had to get on the severe icy roads, get to our house, and spend 2 or 3 days with us. And then when they got home, of course, their hot water heaters had burst and flooded out, and many of the homes in their area flooded. Many of the homes, all in Texas, because of burst pipes, flooded. There was a report on the news this morning that ERCOT has adopted a new system that is going to act as like the Amber Alert system, when we will be alerted on our phones, on our TV, like an emergency broadcast. Why are they coming out with this? It doesn't take a genius to find out or to figure it out. They're coming out with this, and it's going to alert us that we need to tone down our electric use. This is so bizarre, and guys, I'm really ticked off about it. They are completely planning on us having shortages on the grid this summer and in the coming years. Again, we don't see any reprieve. Now, we are on a co-op. There's nothing we can do, absolutely nothing we can do to fight these high energy prices. Greg has made a decision to put that front porch on the front of our house, which is westward facing. Number one, it's going to help cool our house down in the afternoon hours. He put his thermometer thing on our west wall in the afternoon. It was 150 degrees on the westward wall. Now, we live in a manufactured home. It's not very well insulated, so it heats up, and it heats up quick in the afternoon hours. So that porch is going to help tremendously in that, we hope. I'll be gauging it, and I'll let you guys know. But he's made a decision that we're going to start installing solar. So about 1.5 years ago, we went ahead and had a water well dug. So that's given us the water that we need, and now we are going solar. He has done extensive research on how he's going to do it. We're going to be able to feed back into the electric company, which will give us credits that we can use in the winter months, which we need. But he also is going to be installing the backup battery system. He's done some research, guys. I don't fully understand it, but I'll tell you that he is designing the system and having it installed. He's going to install some of it himself, the way that if we lose electricity, the solar will kick in and we will be able to run off a battery bank. Now those batteries are very expensive. We don't know how many we're going to be able to get at the beginning, but I will tell you that without the battery system, at least we will be able to circumvent some of our high energy rates. But we really want the backup battery system so that we can run our necessities in the event of a complete power outage. This is one step closer, guys, to being self-sustainable in emergency events. Hopefully self-sustainable eventually, completely. Of course, when I say self-sustainable, I mean the good Lord has given us these things to help us be sustainable. So it's really God sustainable. But here on this earth, we've got to start figuring out ways to take care of ourselves and our families in the event of any emergencies. Now, we are growing, we are canning, we are preserving, we are freeze drying, we are doing everything we can to build up our pantry and to make sure that we can endure any type of an emergency, which everywhere you look, everywhere you turn, there's so many videos out there. Some of them I think are over the top, but this is not over the top when it comes to our energy costs. You guys know that they are cinching down on these green plans to make it very difficult for us to live the life that we have been accustomed to over the years. Now, the stats a couple of years ago of the amount of people moving to Texas was a little over 1,000 a day. However, that has been updated, and Greg has found out this information. I'll try to find out where he got that from. But anyway, like I said, it's no secret that there's a mass exodus from the West Coast coming in to Texas. And so it is really, really straining our infrastructure. To me, Texas is a great state to live, and I can't really blame anyone for wanting to move here and live here. But everybody just needs to understand that the state is not taking the proper precautions and the necessary steps to build our infrastructure, and that includes our highways, it includes our roads, it includes our reservoirs, and it includes our electrical grid. When we moved out here almost 20 years ago, our street, there was nothing north of me. Now there's several homes north of me, and then across the street there were none, and now there's probably 5 or 6, and they're trickling down. And then somebody just bought the lot across the street from me. It was I think 13 acres, and they paid over $300,000 for that. Our acreage was costed at $15,000 an acre when we moved out here. And of course, they're trying to raise our property taxes, and we are fighting it. They're trying to say our property's worth probably 3 times what it's worth. I'm proud of my property, and it's paid for. Greg and I do not have any debt, and so, but it certainly isn't worth what they are trying to tax us on. Here in Texas, you almost cannot find a home. Well, you really can't find a decent home for less than $200,000. But if you want a home that would raise, I don't know, a family of 4 or 5, you're easily going to pay $400,000 to $700,000. So, just finished this up, guys, as part of our self-sufficient lifestyle. Wanted to throw that in there. I will be doing another video soon on them, though. I just needed to get these done today and didn't have time to get a video up and going. So I don't mean to sound so agitated, guys, but I am. And I can't help but wonder, I know if y'all heard about the 2030 agenda. I've seen it. I try not to do videos like this, guys, but I want to explain why we're going solar, or getting solar and hoping to go full solar. So the 2030 agenda is that you will own nothing and you'll enjoy your life. I can't help but think, if the plan is to make our property taxes so outrageous that we can't afford them, so that we'll end up having to sell our property and then go into renting or something. You know, there's so many crazy things going on. I am seeing things in our world that I never thought I'd see in my lifetime, and it is just getting so concerning. But we know who holds our future. We know who holds us in his hands, and it's the good Lord. But I do think he gives us common sense to act on some things when we need to act on them. For instance, us growing our own food and canning and saving. Just remember what he told Joseph, you know, prepare, prepare, prepare. If Joseph hadn't have done that, then Israel would not have been saved. So this is just something we feel like we need to do to make sure that we can take care of our family in the event of some sort of emergency. So that's what we're doing. So I will update you guys when this is complete, when this front porch is complete tomorrow, and show you. I think they're going to be done today. And then we will do videos intermittently as Greg is getting that solar hooked up. It's probably going to be a little bit of time, but I hope he can start on it soon, because we really desperately need some financial reprieve from our energy costs. But anyway, you can see this high tunnel is loaded exactly like I wanted it. Okra's coming up over there, squash and zucchini over here. The bees finally started to come out. It took them about, it's taken them almost a week. So we did see them doing some things this morning. Tomatoes are starting to come in over here. My tomatoes up there are looking pretty bad, but they're still producing. So I'm excited about that. But anyway, you guys, be alert, pray, ask for the Lord's guidance. Seek him in every decision, and he will direct your path. So we love you. Take care. God bless. See you soon.